Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for the next 3 days. That's for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 21st, 22nd and 23rd of March 2024. So I trust this video finds you well and things are in good flow for you at this time. And if they're not, then I trust that something shared helps support you getting back on track or getting back into balance or whatever the case may be for you. So I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons for March, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me be able to stay and keep being here and sharing videos like this out to you. So check out my website if you'd like to support my work. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Thursday the 21st of March here, and the time is 8:30 a.m. on the dot, on the button. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. So if you're new to watching, what I'm going to be doing is using my Oracle cards. These are cards I created and illustrated. I've got 2 decks combined, the Animal Kingdom and the Speed of Light Oracle cards. So I'll be using this combined deck of 110 cards to find the best cards that the majority of us need for the next 3 days. So I'm looking at 1 day at a time, and then I'm going to pull a theme card for the 3 days combined. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that that reason will reveal itself as we get through this video, and also as you get through your next few days. Even if you only receive one thing that's helpful, then this has been worth it, in my opinion. I'd be very surprised if even 90% of what I shared all completely resonated with you. There's going to be little bits and pieces here and there that hopefully will resonate, and then there'll be other parts that resonate with other people. So just take on board what feels right at the time and let the rest go, and come back and connect with the video as you move through your days, as you get your bearings and see how things actually fit in, because that's how you'll build a trust in the cards and a trust in the guidance that I'm sharing. So welcome. So I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So let's see what comes up today. Good morning, Anita. And okay, I'm looking for the best card for Thursday, the 21st of March. So if it's not quite Thursday for you yet, you can have a look back at my other video that covered Wednesday, or think of this as guidance in advance. So the best card that the majority of us need for Thursday, the 21st of March 2024 is, drum roll, it's this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card. This guy just keeps coming up. Like, literally, it hasn't come up for months and months and months, and now this is the 3rd time in almost 3 consecutive readings, but it might be over 4 or something. So this is very, very popular and loud right now. It's card 31, called Expression. It says communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. So trust, let's look at that. Trusting in what we have to say, trusting that we're in the right place at the right time to hear whatever it is that we hear, or rendezvous with a person that we could rendezvous with, or happen to meet up with someone that we didn't know we needed to meet up with. So there can be this sort of uncanny sometimes, I'm sure we can all relate, where we just find ourselves just in this place and we cross paths with this person or this situation that can literally be life-changing. So we're being encouraged to trust in perfect timing, trust in the order of things, trust in where we feel we need to go, and trust in our rendezvous that we have with other people as we move forward. Now, I can probably think back, for me personally, maybe only a couple of instances where I've really lined up with the right person at the right time. Like, that has actually been quite life-changing. So I wouldn't think it'd be something that happens all the time, but there would be probably people you can remember, just like it could even been your partner, where you just happen to be there at that particular time and they happen to be there at that particular time, and you seize the moment, or they seize the moment, and maybe they walked up to you, maybe you walked up to them, and then the rest is history, you know. So these are the sorts of rendezvous that this card's really highlighting, especially on the trust level and the communication level. So if you cross paths with someone, especially on Thursday, or, you know, lately, or in the days to come, seize the moment if you need to. Find courage to speak up, introduce yourself, or whatever needs to happen there. So there's that element to this card. But it also is highlighting very loudly communication and expression. And communication is expression. Expression can be communication. It doesn't have to be. And it certainly doesn't have to be verbal. So we can creatively express through art, or even body movement, or dance, or music. So they are some of the forms of expression, and communication, especially verbal, is just a part of that. So I see expression as a way to move energy, especially being an artist. I use my art and my creative endeavours and my creative drive to move energy and to move myself out of blocks and out of issues, and through things that I'm exploring and diving into, you know, things that are I'm thinking about at the time, things that I'm kind of mulling over, or trying to figure out, you know, that I'm fascinated by at the time. I will often use my expression, whatever that is, mainly art or communication like this, to explore that and to get that energy moving and see where it wants to take me. It might not want to take me anywhere, but at the very least, maybe I learned something from that exploration and discovery. So let's trust in what we need to say. Let's trust in the right moment at the right time, and notice those rendezvous that we may have with other people, especially on Thursday. And let's maybe look at, because this card keeps coming up semi-regularly in these last couple of months, let's look at how we're expressing ourselves. And expression is a way of release. If we don't express and we don't get energy moving, then we become stagnant and we bottle energy up inside. So things are either bottled up or they're moving. So I find my understanding of energy and my exploration of it personally and with other people for several decades now, that energy wants to move, emotion wants to move, everything's moving in cycles and circles and spirals and all sorts of things, but everything's moving, everything wants to move. So when things become stuck or stagnant, I quickly notice that I'm not letting things move, I'm not expressing myself, I'm not being honest with myself with the way I might be feeling about something or someone or myself. So if you're feeling stuck or stagnant, this is probably especially a message for you. Look at how you can get the energy moving. Maybe journal writing, maybe stepping out into nature, maybe getting into your car if you have one, and if you're feeling angry, you know, have a good scream or something there, driving down the highway or in the middle of traffic, or whatever you need to do. I mean, even that is getting energy moving and getting energy out. So that helps get that stagnant energy, that bottled up energy going. Okay, I dropped half the deck. So let's collect those cards. Welcome everybody. So I'm looking now for the best card for Friday, the 22nd of March. It's so good to see you here, and welcome to you all. So Friday, the 22nd of March, the best card for the majority of us is, let's go with this card for Friday. It's another Speed of Light Oracle card, and it's action taking. Speaking of moving energy, we've got another a card that really promotes moving energy. So this is, I think, what I'm seeing. We've still got a couple more cards to pull, but there's certainly, those of you stuck or stagnant, you know, this is a great opportunity to get these energies moving. Card 10, action taking. It says, move on, horizon, forward, and let go. So this card's very much about letting the sun set on old parts of our life that haven't been working for a while. Maybe and hopefully we've been trying to resolve or fix those things or those parts of our life prior to now. And if we haven't, then we may want to be proactive in looking for a solution or a way to resolve something. I think closing doors is sort of like a last resort. Sometimes for me, or I'll just feel that the time has come and that's done, that particular chapter. But I don't go around shutting doors just because things get too hard. I need to look at, I might feel a door closing and I might want to be active in trying to find a solution. How can we repair this relationship or friendship, for example, if that's related? Or do I want to keep this chapter in my life open? Okay, if I do, what can I do to proactively get things open again or get things moving again? So, closing doors, ending chapters, that's sort of a last resort. So if we have a habit of, wanting to run or wanting to close doors when things are getting a bit hard or relationships are just getting a little bit too close, then we might want to also look at that habit. But there might be doors that are wanting to close and chapters wanting to close in our life that we're exploring at the moment. And on the other hand too, there might be doors that are wanting to open. We can't have all doors open forever in our life. Things come and things go. People come, people go. That's part of life. And this is part, again, of that movement of life. And if we hold on to parts of our life and people in our life that are moving on themselves, then that's when we become stuck or stagnant, because we're trying to hold on to something and stay stuck with something because we're scared of letting go perhaps, or we don't want things to change, or we don't want that person to go. So, we hold on and then we become stuck and stagnant, which is very uncomfortable to be in. So there are doors potentially closing, doors also wanting to open. And if we've got some new doors opening, it's natural for some old doors to want to close, because we don't have time and room to do absolutely everything that we want to do in our life. So if we want some new things to come in, often we have to look at what doors we can close so that we can have the time and the room for these new things that want to come in. So this card's definitely about chapters starting, chapters finishing. There is movement in this card. There's action taking required. So we may find, especially around Friday or even just generally at this time, that there are decisions that we need to make. There's a proactive sort of energy, a solution-orientated energy, a change even prompting energy that's around, where we may just need to make a decision and work through the consequences and get those doors closed or those doors open, depending on the situation. But like the dolphin, the dolphin's kind of gliding through the water or lifting up out of the water and moving back in. This is us now wanting to move forward and really swim forward in our life. So where are you swimming? Where are you feeling like you're sinking? And where are you feeling like you're drowning, perhaps? So they're probably the areas to look at first, because that's probably where that stuck energies come in, because things aren't moving. So how can you get things moving again? Maybe think about that in regards to situations that you're dealing with that feel like you're drowning, or feel like you're stuck, or feel like things are heavy, things aren't happening. Why? Why aren't they happening? And what can you do about it to get the energy moving? So now let's look for the best card for Saturday, the 23rd of March. So Saturday the 23rd, and the best card for the majority of us is this. It's another Speed of Light Oracle card. And this is the support card, card 35. And it says, comfort loved ones and reassurance. This is our support card. So this only comes in when some of us must be needing support and comfort and reassurance. So why are we needing that? There could be various reasons. We might be feeling alone. We might be wondering if we've made the right decision. We might need strength to keep going. We might, I don't know, we might be grieving and we might need that reassurance around that our loved ones are close by or that they're still alive in some sense. So there is this general sense of support that's coming in for those of us that need it on Saturday. Our loved ones are coming in close, and some of us may have been feeling them really strongly, especially over these last few weeks. So their support is also coming in, and it's like in this illustration, if this was us, if this is our loved one coming in and wrapping their arms around us in love and in support. Let's be careful too that we're not waiting on or expecting unrealistically other people to support us, that we're not becoming bitter and resentful because why isn't this person supporting us? Why isn't this person reaching out to us? We can also reach out to them. And I find that it's quite unhealthy to be expecting other people to support us, even institutions, and this is quite the problem, I think, in society. A lot now are these individuals and organisations that are expecting all of this support, especially financial, from the state, from the government, from grants and things like this. I think if we can be self-sufficient as best as we can, and if we can step up and be our best supporter, instead of expecting that we're entitled to some support from some external place, even if it's our partner or someone, a person in our life, and we're waiting for them to say thank you, or we're waiting for them to give us a hug, or we're waiting for them to say that they are proud of us, or whatever it might be. We're probably never ever going to get that we're expecting from them. One, they're not telepathic, so they're not mind readers. They don't know what we're thinking if we're not communicating it. And then it comes back to that expression card. So if we've got something that we need from a relationship of any kind, and we're feeling really angry inside and bitter and resentful because we're not getting it, then we need to ask ourselves really quite honestly, are we communicating this? Or are we expecting these people around us to be mind readers? They've got their own things that they're thinking about. They're not thinking about or noticing what we're doing. So I noticed years and years ago that I was in a space a bit like that, and I was feeling growing sense of bitterness because I wasn't getting the support that I wanted. But I wasn't asking for it. I wasn't communicating. So what, I was expecting people to be mind readers? That's really unrealistic. And so what I realised is that I need to step up and be my best supporter. So once I realised that, and I put the mirror up, and I thought, okay, instead of expecting it and not getting it from these other people, I need to put the mirror up, and I need to step up and support my darn self. You know, I need to encourage myself. I need to recognise when I put the hard work in, and drop the expectations, which totally block the flow of energy anyway, and step up and be my best supporter and encourage myself to keep going. And it really changed quite a lot for me, just that shift of attitude. So if you're waiting for others to support you and you're feeling a growing sense of bitterness because they're not, and you're expecting them to be mind readers in a really quite unrealistic way, then this card's also reminding us to step up and be our best supporter. Let's cheer ourselves on. Let's recognise the hard work and the effort that we put in, and recognise that for ourselves, pat ourselves on the back for a moment, and then keep going. We don't want to be doing it 24/7, otherwise it becomes an unhealthy self-centeredness. So keeping that balance too is important. But we do need to support ourselves. We do need to encourage ourselves. I find it helpful anyway. So that's that. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody. I'm going to get the theme card going in just a moment, but before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment, please share if you're inspired to. And if you would like to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. So if you'd like to learn more about the cards I've used today, we haven't seen any Animal Kingdom yet, but we've seen a lot of Speed of Light. So if you'd like to learn more about either or both of these decks, please have a look on my website. Also, I've got some events coming up. I've got my next 12-hour healing event, which happens once or twice a year, coming up on the new moon solar eclipse, which is the 8th of April. That's a Monday. So that means I'm going to be focusing 12 hours straight from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on healing, which is, we can shift and move mountains during that time, I can tell you that. So we're going to be focusing on the theme, which is creativity shadow, and we're going to be really exploring creativity as a potential within us, and the shadows that we may cast over that potential. So looking at things like our own self-doubt or our self-sabotage, things like our shadow, the shadow within our creativity and the potential that we can access. I don't know exactly what we're going to do because I do let it unfold. But if you would like to learn more about that or my upcoming card reading club or online art class, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. So let's look now for the best theme card for Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So the best theme card, which will bring all of these days together and help us see the bigger picture for these days, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of March 2024. The best theme card is this. It's another Speed of Light Oracle card. I should have just used that deck today, shouldn't I? Okay, it's Gathering, card 53. Gathering. It says helping, ready, leader, and meeting. Okay, this in general, as a theme, brings highlight to meetings, gatherings, groups. It would be something that involves, I would say, more than 2 people, maybe even 3 people or more. So a group of some sort, a gathering of some sort. If you have some type of reunion or anniversary or birthday celebration or some event coming up over the next couple of days, then that would certainly be highlighted with this particular card. But we might also have on our mind groups, meetings, events, or we might be organising some family reunion for later in the year, for example. And these sorts of things might be on our mind over the next couple of days if they're not happening over the next couple of days. So how can we gather people together? How can, maybe there's our family we haven't seen for a while because life's become busy. Maybe we might be inspired over the next few days to reach out to family members or friends or old classmates from school or our children and their families and say, okay, when can we meet up? When can we meet up over the next couple of weeks that suits us so that we can stay connected with people? Because it's really important to maintain our relationships of all kinds requires effort, whether it's our closest people we live with or people, our family and extended family and friendships that we haven't seen these people for a while. All of our friendships and relationships require effort to maintain. No relationship is just easy, smooth sailing. Everyone requires effort. So are we willing to put the effort in? Are we willing to stay connected with people, but especially the groups? So maybe old groups we were a part of, or the family, the friendships, the old schoolmates, groups of people. So this might be something on our mind over the next few days if it hasn't already been. This is a great time to think about or organise or actually get together. There is also a sense with this card that we are ready to step into our role as a leader, especially if this is specifically relating to groups or teaching or leading of some sort that is 3 people or more involved, let's say. So this is a really strong card at the moment, and there is a sense of purpose too that comes from this, a purpose in helping other people, balancing helping other people with what we need for ourselves, our self-care, balanced with helping other people, I think is really important. Sometimes we tend to overdo either, where we're just helping other people and we're neglecting ourselves. And in other instances, and I'm seeing a lot of this lately, some people are becoming very self-obsessed. It's just about me, and screw other people. And, I suppose if you're coming off that sort of helping other people for your whole life, and you might tip that other way for a little bit, and then hopefully come back into balance. But let's be careful we don't tip too much into the self-centered, self-arrogance, me kind of attitude. And soften that, balance our self-care with our care and need for relationship maintenance with other people, or even meeting new people. So that's that. Our theme is gathering for the next few days. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great couple of days, and I'll be back to connect with you again very soon. So take care and enjoy your days. Namaste. Oh, there we go.